Hey guys, today I'm going to be walking you through some of the mods I've done to this Terminator 2 cabinet. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the custom 5-inch riser that I added. The little feet underneath that, which gives you about another inch, nearly an inch, I would say, in height. The section where I've covered up where the light was seeping through on the front there. My own custom picture instead of my coin door. The cable mod that everyone else has done too. I'm just going to go through how I did mine. And then obviously my little Terminator 2 skull that goes on top there, and covering up some of those screw holes on the side to make it look better. So starting here with the riser, I basically did this in 2 measurements for a reason. One, I needed the measurements to be in inches because they were exactly those measurements per the existing riser. So for me, for the artwork, I needed to do it in inches so that it fit perfectly. But for the actual measurements specifically to the panels themselves, I did them in millimeters because I found that it gave me the closest thing to it, especially when I was using the wood that was the same thickness as the original panels. This is the artwork that I used to apply to the riser once it was done. It was printed by a company called Noodle Shirt here in Australia. If you are in Australia, you should use these guys' services. They're awesome, and the guy who runs it, Carson, is a legend. As I said, this is the plywood I used to build the panels. It's 5-ply. It's exactly the same width as the existing panels, which means when you measure up the riser and you use this wood, it will make sense. These were the bits that went in the corners. Now they are 7 inches. The riser panel is 5. The reason is because I want the extra 2 inches to go up into the existing riser so that it's snug and supported. These are the 2 side pieces, which I did first. Then I turned the wood over so that I would have the straightest edge possible at the bottom that I would use for the front and back pieces. Just note that the bits that go in the corners to join all the pieces, they are slightly off the bottom. The reason is because I didn't want it to rock, or I wanted it to be completely stable. So the only bits touching the ground are actually those 4 pieces, the sides and the front and back. I put it here up against the existing riser just to check it was exactly the same width, which it was. And I knew it was the same length because I held it up, put it against the side of the machine too. Then I had to basically fit it. So I had to obviously take off the existing, those little plastic feet that were on the riser out of the box. And once I had the riser, my new riser in there, I thought I'll repurpose these feet and I'll put them on mine. But later on realized that there was not enough space underneath for my lights, my LEDs basically that I put in here. You couldn't really see them underneath properly. So here's a shot of the riser itself when it was built, and it's pretty straightforward, right? So these are the bits that go up into the riser, all around the 4 corners. Fits beautifully and snug. I'm very happy with how this turned out. The only things I had to do to this after that was basically prime it, sand it, and then apply the artwork. And I do want to point out that you have to make sure your screws go in a little bit further so that they're not sticking out over the wood, or else the artwork will look weird. Here's me applying the LEDs. These were $20 on Amazon. They're made for cars. You're supposed to put one in the footwell of each seat, so left, right, front and back basically, and they give you UVs, but for 20 bucks they work perfectly. These are the new feet that I bought to have it off the ground a little bit, and they weren't high enough, so I added these in there as well, which resulted in a combo of both, which was this. So I got about another inch of height there, which obviously provides the clearance to see the LEDs. I then obviously sanded down very nicely, just soft and smooth, so that I could put the artwork on, which looks amazing, by the way. Look, some of you are probably going to be saying, why have I got a Terminator 1 image on a Terminator 2 cabinet? I just think it looks cool, and why not? But obviously I designed this myself, so if you want to do something different, you can, obviously. but I think it looks awesome. Turned out really cool. That was the front and the back image, obviously, and then on the sides I had the Skynet logo. So next, just a quick look here at these holes that I don't know why, but they left them with these screws showing. So I've plugged them all up with these little they're actually fit to cover up screw caps. And I had them lying around and I tried to see if they would fit, and they did. So I've now got them covered up. I didn't put a coin door on because a couple of weeks ago I met Michael Bean and he signed this Terminator picture for me. So I thought it's got a chrome frame like the T1000. So I put it on the front instead of a coin door, just to make it a little bit more unique to me. Obviously I did that mod for the wires as well. And so filled up those existing holes with black bolts. And then here's a look at the LEDs. I've got them pulsing red and blue because obviously those are the colors of the cabinet. I had them on just red, which is cool, but I think the red and blue is even cooler because it looks almost like it was made for this. Now see this bit here in the front, there was bleed coming through there. There was light coming through there. So I actually made a little piece of wood and wrapped it up in black tape and then shoved that down the front so the light wouldn't escape. Here's a look at that, the gun sitting in there nice and snug. It's the same mod everyone's done for that. The cables are inside the machine, they go back in there when you finish. Looks nice and neat, and I'm very happy with how that turned out too. But yeah, that's basically it. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave them below in the comments. I really appreciate you looking at this video, and let me know if I can help with sourcing any of the things I got for mine, or additional info I may have left out of this that you want to know. Very keen to hear it. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, bye bye.